Hi everybody. Today we're talking about Mongolia, the land of Genghis Khan, vast steppes and nomadic warriors. I'm talking horses, yurts, the whole shebang. Buckle up, because we're cramming all this adventure into just 20 minutes. You know me, I gotta move fast, gotta see it all. But trust me, even with limited time, Mongolia hits you right between the eyes. It's raw, it's real, and it's about to blow your mind. So grab your virtual passports, because we're about to take off on a wild ride through Mongolia. Let's do this. Alright, first things first. Let's get our bearings straight. We're talking about Mongolia, sandwiched right between Russia and China. And when I say sandwiched, I mean it. Landlocked and loaded with some serious geography. Think rolling steppes, towering mountains, and the freaking Gobi Desert. This place is huge. We're talking twice the size of Texas, people. Huge. But here's the thing. Despite its size, Mongolia has a surprisingly small population. We're talking like 3 million people spread out over this massive country. That means more space, more freedom, and a whole lot of wilderness to explore. So yeah, Mongolia might not be your typical tourist trap, but that's what makes it so damn compelling. Trust me, you're gonna want to see this. Now, Mongolia isn't just about pretty landscapes. This place has history, and I'm not talking about your boring history class kind of history. I'm talking about Genghis Khan, the Mongol Empire, conquering hordes on horseback kind of history. We're talking about the largest contiguous land empire in history. These guys were the real deal. They rode from the Pacific Ocean all the way to Eastern Europe. It's insane. And that history? It's still alive in Mongolia today. You can feel it in the air, in the land, in the people. It's in their nomadic spirit, their connection to the horses, their respect for the land. It's like stepping back in time, you know? But don't worry, they have Wi-Fi now. Well, in some places at least. More on that later. Okay, so we've landed in Ulaanbaatar, or UB as the cool kids call it. It's the capital city, and let me tell you, it's a trip. You've got this crazy mix of traditional and modern, all smashed together in this vibrant, chaotic mess. You'll see Buddhist monasteries right next to Soviet-era apartment blocks. You'll see traditional throat singing one minute, then hear the thump of techno music the next. It's a wild ride, man. Now, I'm not gonna lie. UB isn't the prettiest city in the world. It can be a little rough around the edges with some pollution and traffic issues. But beneath the surface, there's a raw energy here that's contagious. You can feel the city buzzing with this energy, this ambition. It's like this place is on the verge of something big. And trust me, you want to be along for the ride. Now you might be thinking, Casey, why are we spending so much time in the city? I thought this was about Mongolia's wild side. Don't worry, we'll get there. But you gotta understand, UB is the heart of Mongolia. It's where the old meets the new, where the nomadic spirit clashes with modern aspirations. And trust me, there's plenty to see and do here. You can visit the Chinlen Monastery, one of the most important Buddhist monasteries in Mongolia. Or check out the Winter Palace of the Bod Khan, the last king of Mongolia. And of course, no trip to UB would be complete without experiencing the nightlife. It's an experience, let me tell you. You got your traditional music and dance, but also underground clubs and rock bars. Alright guys, buckle up because we're headed into the Gobi Desert. This ain't your average desert though. We're talking vast, rugged, and straight out of a Mad Max movie. And by vast, I mean seriously vast. We're talking over 500,000 square miles. That's like driving from New York City to LA and back like 5 times. It's not just sand though. You got towering sand dunes, rocky outcrops, even dinosaur fossils just lying around. Yeah, you heard that right. The Gobi is a paleontologist's dream, with some of the most significant dinosaur discoveries ever made. But the craziest part, this whole place is constantly changing. The wind whips through here, shaping and reshaping the dunes. What you see one day could be completely different the next. It's like the earth is playing Tetris out here and we're just along for the ride. So, we're loading up the land cruisers, strapping in tight, and getting ready to experience the raw power and beauty of the Gobi Desert. We're talking extreme temperatures out here in the Gobi. Scorching hot during the day, like fry an egg on the dashboard hot. And then at night, boom, it drops to freezing. It's like Mother Nature flipped a switch. But here's the thing. People actually live here. Nomadic herders, tough as nails, have called the Gobi home for centuries. They roam these lands with their herds of camels and goats, living in harmony with this harsh environment. We had the chance to meet with some of these families, share some yak butter tea, and learn about their way of life. Let me tell you, their resilience and connection to the land is truly inspiring. They figured out how to thrive in a place where most wouldn't last a day. The Gobi Desert is a constant reminder that nature can be both beautiful and brutal. But it's also a testament to the human spirit, our ability to adapt and persevere in the face of adversity. Alright guys, get ready to experience the energy and excitement of the Naadam Festival. This is like the Olympics of Mongolia, a celebration of nomadic culture and tradition that's been going strong for centuries. We're talking 3 main events here: wrestling, archery, and horse racing. And when I say horse racing, I don't mean some fancy track. We're talking miles of open steppe, kids as young as 5 riding bareback, their little horses galloping like the wind. The wrestling is intense too. Hundreds of wrestlers decked out in traditional costumes, battling it out for the title. It's a test of strength, strategy, and sheer willpower. The crowd goes wild, cheering on their favorites. And then there's the archery, a display of precision and focus passed down through generations. From the traditional bows and arrows to the colorful costumes, it's a sight to behold. But the Naadam Festival is more than just games. It's a time for Mongolians to come together, to celebrate their heritage, and to connect with their roots. Families travel for miles, setting up their yurts near the festival grounds. The atmosphere is electric, with music, dancing, and the aroma of traditional Mongolian food filling the air. We're talking booze, steamed dumplings, kushur, fried pastries, and of course plenty of airag, the fermented mare's milk that's a staple of the Mongolian diet. Don't knock it till you try it, right? Attending the Naadam Festival was an unforgettable experience, a vibrant tapestry of culture, competition, and camaraderie. It's a reminder of the power of tradition and the importance of preserving cultural heritage. Now let's talk about the iconic symbol of Mongolian nomadic life, the yurt. This ain't your average tent, people. We're talking a portable home, engineered for centuries to withstand the harsh Mongolian climate. Imagine this, a circular structure made with wooden lattice walls and covered in layers of felt and canvas. It's surprisingly spacious inside, with intricate designs and colorful fabrics. The yurt is designed to be assembled and disassembled in a couple of hours, allowing nomadic families to move their homes with the seasons. And let me tell you, these things are built to last. They can withstand howling winds, freezing temperatures, and even the occasional curious camel. We had the opportunity to spend a night in a yurt, and it was an experience I won't forget. The warmth of the stove, the sound of the wind whistling through the felt, the feeling of being connected to the land. It was truly special. The nomadic lifestyle is all about freedom, self-sufficiency, and a deep connection to nature. These families move their herds across the vast Mongolian steppe, living in harmony with the rhythms of the land. They rely on their animals for everything: food, clothing, transportation. It's a hard life, no doubt, but there's a certain beauty and simplicity to it. We spent time with a nomadic family, learning how to herd sheep, milk yaks, and make traditional dairy products. Their hospitality was incredible, and their knowledge of the land was truly humbling. The nomadic lifestyle may not be for everyone, but it's a powerful reminder that there's more than one way to live. It's a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and our ability to adapt to even the most challenging environments. All right, we've talked about the Gobi, right? Yurts, horses, the whole deal. But Mongolia, man, it's like this massive puzzle, and we're just putting the pieces together. Shift gears, forget the desert vibe for a second, because we're heading to the Altai Mountains. Think vast, I'm talking seriously vast landscapes, peaks that disappear into the clouds. We're talking about a whole different kind of beauty here. This is where the nomads, the real deal nomads, roam free with their herds. This isn't Disneyland. This is raw, untouched, like stepping back in time, you know? And the name Altai, it means golden mountains in Mongolian. Golden hour hits these peaks, and it's like the earth is showing off. We're talking about glaciers, crystal clear rivers, forests that seem to go on forever. This is a hiker's paradise, a photographer's dream. If you're looking for adventure, for something real, the Altai Mountains are calling, man. Trust me on this one. Now, the Altai Mountains aren't just about the views. These mountains hold secrets, ancient secrets. We're talking about petroglyphs, rock carvings dating back thousands of years. Imagine the stories these carvings could tell, the history etched into the stone. It's like a window into the past, a reminder that we're just passing through, you know? This land has seen empires rise and fall. And speaking of incredible creatures, the Altai Mountains are home to the golden eagle, one of the largest, most powerful birds on the planet. These birds are majestic, with wingspans that can reach over 6 feet. Seeing one in the wild, soaring above the peaks, it's an experience that stays with you. It's a reminder of the power and beauty of nature. It's humbling, man, truly humbling. Okay, let's talk history. And I'm not talking about boring textbook stuff. I'm talking about Genghis Khan, the ultimate badass, the man who united the Mongol tribes and forged an empire that stretched from the Pacific Ocean to Eastern Europe. We're talking about the 13th century, a time when the Mongols, under Genghis Khan's leadership, dominated the world. These warriors were fierce, their horsemanship unmatched. They were masters of strategy and logistics. Think about it. They conquered more land in a shorter period of time than any other empire in history. It's mind-blowing. Genghis Khan, he wasn't just a conqueror, he was a visionary. He established a legal code, promoted religious tolerance, and encouraged trade. His empire connected East and West, shaping the course of history. It's a story of ambition, power, and the enduring legacy of a nomadic people. Now, the Mongol Empire eventually fragmented, as all empires do. But its impact, man, it's still felt today. We're talking about cultural exchange, the Silk Road flourishing under Mongol rule. Ideas, goods, and technologies flowed from one end of the empire to the other. It was a period of unprecedented interconnectedness. And you can still see the Mongol influence in the architecture, the language, the traditions of the region. But here's the thing, the Mongols weren't just about conquest. They were also about adaptation. They learned from the cultures they encountered, incorporating new knowledge and skills. They were masters of survival, adapting to the harsh conditions of the steppe. And that resilience, that adaptability, it's still ingrained in the Mongolian spirit today. We can't talk about Mongolia without talking about the wildlife, right? And no, I'm not just talking about the horses, although those are pretty amazing on their own. Mongolia is home to a surprising diversity of animals. It's like stepping into a nature documentary. You've got the vast steppes, home to herds of gazelles, wild sheep, and of course the iconic Mongolian wild horse, the taki. These horses are the ancestors of all domesticated horses, and they roam free in Mongolia, a symbol of the country's untamed spirit. Seeing them in the wild, man, it's like witnessing something truly ancient, a connection to the past. And let's not forget about the nomadic herders who share the land with these animals. They've lived in harmony with nature for centuries, their lives intertwined with the rhythms of the seasons. It's a way of life that's disappearing in many parts of the world, but it's still alive and well in Mongolia. But the wildlife doesn't stop there. Head to the mountains, and you might just catch a glimpse of the elusive snow leopard. These big cats are incredibly rare, perfectly camouflaged for their high-altitude habitat. They're like ghosts of the mountains, a testament to the wildness that still exists in this world. And then there's the Gobi bear, the rarest bear in the world. Only a handful of these bears are left, surviving in the harsh conditions of the Gobi Desert. These animals are a reminder of the fragility of nature, the importance of conservation. Mongolia is a country that understands the delicate balance between humans and wildlife. It's a place where ancient traditions and modern conservation efforts coexist, protecting this incredible biodiversity for future generations. It's a reminder that we can all learn from the Mongolian way of life, living in harmony with the natural world. All right, let's talk about something that's deeply ingrained in Mongolian culture: horses. I mean, we're talking about a connection that goes back centuries, man. These aren't just animals to them, they're companions, partners, practically family. You see kids riding horses before they can even reach the stirrups, learning to connect with these animals on a whole different level. They're not just riding for fun, it's a way of life. It's how they herd their livestock, how they travel across these vast landscapes, and the bond? It's real, man. You can see it in the way they interact, the way they trust each other. It's this unspoken language, this mutual respect that you don't see everywhere. It's pretty powerful stuff. And the crazy thing is, these horses are tough. They survive the harsh Mongolian winters, graze on the open steppe, and still have the stamina to carry their riders for miles. They're built for this life, just like the people who ride them. Now, we're not just talking about everyday riding here. Horse racing is huge in Mongolia, a massive part of their cultural identity. We're talking about the Naadam festival, where kids as young as 5 race these incredible animals across the Mongolian steppe. Can you imagine that? 5 years old, racing for miles on horseback. The skill, the bravery, the connection with the horse, it's mind-blowing. And these races aren't just a spectacle. They're steeped in tradition, a way to honor their nomadic heritage. And it's not just about speed either. Mongolians have a deep respect for the horse, for its strength, its loyalty. They treat their horses with care, with reverence. It's a two-way street, this relationship. And that, I think, is what makes Mongolian horse culture so unique. It's not just about riding, it's about a profound connection, a partnership that's been forged over centuries. It's about understanding and respecting the animal that has helped shape their way of life. So we've spent a good chunk of time talking about Mongolia's traditions, its nomadic roots. But Mongolia isn't frozen in time. It's a country in transition, grappling with modernization while trying to hold on to its cultural heritage. You see this clash everywhere, man. In Ulaanbaatar, you've got skyscrapers popping up next to traditional Buddhist monasteries. You've got nomads using cell phones to check the weather on the steppe. It's this fascinating blend of old and new. And this transition, it isn't always smooth. There are challenges, of course. Urbanization is pulling people away from the traditional nomadic lifestyle. The gap between the rich and poor is widening. It's a story we've seen before, right? But there's also a resilience in the Mongolian people. They're adaptable, resourceful. They've weathered storms before, literally and figuratively. And they're determined to navigate this new landscape to find their footing in the 21st century while still honoring their past. One of the biggest challenges Mongolia faces is balancing economic development with environmental protection. Mining, for example, is a huge industry here, but it also poses a threat to the environment. And then there's the issue of climate change. Mongolia is already feeling the effects. Hotter summers, harsher winters, more frequent droughts. It's a serious concern for a country so reliant on its land, on its livestock. But even with these challenges, there's a sense of optimism, a belief that Mongolia can forge a path forward. They're investing in renewable energy, promoting sustainable tourism, trying to find that balance. And I think that's what makes Mongolia so compelling. It's a country at a crossroads, caught between tradition and progress. It's a place where the past is still very much alive, but the future is being written right before our eyes. So that's it for our whirlwind tour of Mongolia. We dove into the heart of Ulaanbaatar, felt the spirit of the Nadam festival, and witnessed the vastness of the Gobi Desert. We even got a glimpse of its complex history and the challenges it faces today. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more amazing content. See you next time.